We don't frickin' need you, you know? You're of no damn use in this house. Why are you saying this, sis? And so suddenly, too. This is my house, sure, but it's not just mine. Of course it isn't. We inherited it from our parents. It's mine also, isn't it? Huh? That's not the case. It's such a beautiful house anyhow. My husband and I are going to live here happily ever after, so you two leeches get the hell out and take your old gas bags with you. And so I ended up getting kicked out of my parents' house. My name is Minami, and I'm a 32-year-old full-time employee working from home. What I started out as a hobby happened to become somewhat popular online, and my sales increased. So now I'm working from home as a self-employed business owner. Thankfully, I'm currently on a lot of back orders, and that keeps me busy every day. My husband, Masaki, supports my work wholeheartedly, and sometimes helps out a little. We have a great relationship and we live a peaceful life. And by the way, the house we live in now I inherited from my parents who passed away a few years ago. Instead of getting the house, my sister Yuki received the whole of their estate in cash. Yuki's husband is named Sho, and he persuaded her to force me to renounce my part in the inheritance and not give the cash to me. I didn't want the inheritance per se, so I didn't mind. But Yuki, who had taken all of the cash, seemed to think that he'd won against me. I explained time and time again that I work at home, but it seems that she misunderstood that, convinced I was actually a recluse. Hey, how long are you going to be a recluse, huh? You should get your ass outside and find a job. It's so embarrassing to have a sister like you. It's hard to come back to see my friends in my hometown, damn you. No, I told you that I work. Sure, I don't go out of the house, so I can't help it if people think if I'm a recluse, but I'm making a good living. It's completely meaningless if you don't work outside the house like me. If you stay at home, you're a recluse. It's about your public reputation, Minami. Your reputation! Oh, is that so? And what is he doing, that Masaki, huh? He's producing and supporting a stupid recluse in this manner? You're not needed by society. Now, hey, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Why? You can't help it if people say things like this, you understand? If your husband isn't useful, it's no freaking good. My husband, Sho, is now an elite in the industry, so he treats the neighbors with such courtesy. He also told me that social activities are important and introduced me to part-time jobs, see? Times have changed, see? It's now the era of part-time housewives, not full-time housewives. You can't live like this forever. Get your ass out there and work. We have our own way of doing things. You have no choice but to make excuses. Even if you go out to work, you probably won't be any use after all. As such, she looks down on me and recently even started to look down on my husband, Masaki. Sho also looked down on me and my husband, and since my sister and her husband only ever say bad things about us to our faces, we tried to keep our distance. I'm really sorry, honey. That sister of mine being so toxic.
Recently, I've come to think of her abuse as an attraction, so it's alright, honey. The more you try to deal with people like that, the worse it gets. We'll just do things our own way, okay?
Thank you, Masaki. But then, sometime later, something terrible struck. It turns out that my in-laws ended up needing everyday medical care. My father-in-law was left with paralysis in his legs after getting involved in an accident, and my mother-in-law fell ill from the fatigue of caring for them when she collapsed. The impact unfortunately caused more damage than it should have, and she was left with paralysis on the right side of the body. We as a married couple have a good relationship with my in-laws, despite us only visiting them during Obon season and New Year's. We were willing to take care of them both if they needed nursing care, but they said they felt bad and planned to put themselves in a facility. However, it costs money to enter a facility as well. I wanted to repay my mother for treating me like her true daughter. So Masaki and I discussed it and proposed that we live together and provide them nursing care. At first they refused the offer, but I made a small suggestion. And then they agreed, saying, well, if you insist. I'm going to be busy with a lot of things for a while now, so please refrain from coming here for a while.
Oh, really? I mean, I was never interested. It's finally time for the burden of society to be useful for once, so do your best.
A few weeks later, I was woken up early in the morning by a sudden phone call from Yuki.
Damn you! Still finding ways to get in trouble, aren't you? You have to take care of your in-laws now? If that happened to me, I'd divorce my husband.
Why are you being like this so early in the morning? My in-laws are very kind people, and we wanted to take care of them both. We weren't forced to take care of them, and you said I should take at least some contribution to society, right?
You're just being stubborn. Well, in any case, that only means that you don't have the money to put them in a home, do you? Too bad.
Perhaps Yuki thought I was genuinely unhappy, for she was talking in a very cocky, smug voice.
Well, you couldn't even get a divorce even if you wanted one, could you? You would be in a heap of trouble if you were abandoned. I told you that in this day and age, you really need to get your hands on a job.
Hey, instead of saying all this nonsense to me directly, why don't you talk about it with your friends and have a good time? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe you don't have any friends? Now that is too bad.
Huh? Don't be so cocky, bitch. You are a damn shut-in and you don't have any friends. And that's precisely why I'm talking to you, so that you don't have to be lonely. So annoying.
If that's the case, then don't get involved with us anymore. I'm not my sister's damn sandbag now, am I?
Huh? I'm only saying all this for your own good, understand? If you say that, then don't rely on us when you're in trouble.
Oh, I know that already, and we don't want to rely on the likes of you. So, yeah, we won't. So just don't get involved with us anymore.
I'm only telling you because I'm worried about you. You ungrateful little brat. I won't help you. I don't care anymore.
So Yuki hung up the phone and stopped paying attention to me from then on. Good frickin' riddance. I quickly forgot about Yuki and started renovating the house so that we could start living together with my in-laws. Quite a bit of time, but it was worth it, for we had many plans to make it our dream home. Then, after the renovations were over, we started living together as a happy family. Yuki no longer acted so domineering towards me, and I was able to live my life peacefully. Then, one day, for some incomprehensible reason, Yuki just dropped by to hang out.
Hey now! My family home has changed so much. What is this shining looking ass house? What, did you actually renovate it?
Yes, we did. Got a problem with that?
But it's still my home too! Don't do whatever you want with it!
I inherited it, so it's my house. And you made fun of it, saying bullshit like, I don't want a house like this. I don't want to call it my family home.
Well, that was because it was so run down. If it's this nice, I'll accept it as my family home.
Yuki said incredibly selfish things as she barged into the newly remodeled house. Hey, hold it! Don't just waltz in without permission. This house is not just for us anymore.
It's fine, dear. There are only old people who need care that live here, right? A talented, beautiful goddess like me is most suitable for this house.
Enough with the rudeness! Thanks to their hard work and rehabilitation, they only need a little assistance and no longer need full-time care. That's amazing, isn't it?
No. Sorry, sounds like you're being too considerate to a troublesome old couple. And isn't this house too good for a recluse like you? We'll do you a favor and take it.
I'm telling you, stop with the bullshit! The selfishness is getting out of hand. This is our house. There's no way we're giving it to you.
Wow, you're sure you say things like that? We don't know what's going to happen, and we won't care.
Yuki spat out those ominous words and left with loud, thumping footsteps. The silence was very chilling thereafter. A little while later, when my work had calmed down, I went outside for the first time in a while. Some neighbors who would usually greet me with a big smile whenever we met immediately ran off as soon as they saw me. Huh? What's going on? I naturally wondered why they would do that, but I thought maybe they were busy. But I soon realized that it wasn't my imagination at all. Minami, darling, I've got something I want to talk to you about. What's wrong, ma'am? You're looking so serious, to be honest. You know how I've recently been going for walks with Masaki? Well, I heard some strange rumors about you. Strange rumors? Yes, the rumors were something about this house being renovated by you deceiving your sister Yuki out of her money that she was supposed to live here and got her kicked out. What? What the hell is that? You seem quite busy all the time and I couldn't bring myself to tell you. Is that so? I'm sorry for making it difficult for you to tell me, ma'am. I'm sure my sister's been spreading the word about this, so I'll listen what she has to say. So although I didn't want to, I decided to contact Yuki. Yuki, so now you're spreading rumors about me around the neighborhood?
Huh? Is there any proof that I said anything?
A neighbor told me that you were crying in the park and told them about it.
Ah, so that's how you know. You finally found out, huh? Guess I gotta do better next time.
So, you're not going to deny it? If you do anything more than this, we'll take action too.
What are you gonna do? More to the point, I'm heading over there right frickin' now. So just you wait.
Huh? Why the hell are you coming?
Don't worry about that. You'll see.
She never showed a smidge of remorse. I was exasperated beyond human comprehension, and I had no choice but to wait for her. 30 minutes later.
Darling, I've come for you.
What do you want? We're busy, if you must know.
You don't have to pretend to be busy, darling.
My mother-in-law and I are finishing up deliveries.
You're so funny, but we don't freaking need you, you know. You're of no damn use in this house.
Why are you saying all of this, sis? And so suddenly, too. This is my house, sure, but it's not just mine.
Of course it isn't. We inherited it from our parents. So it's mine also, isn't it?
Huh? That's not the case.
It's such a beautiful house anyhow. My husband and I are going to live here happily ever after. So you two leeches get the hell out and take your old gas bags with you.
No, you got the cash, didn't you? You've already received a huge inheritance. So maybe don't try to take this house away too.
Take it away, you say? How rude. A beautiful mansion like this is worthy of me, a beautiful goddess. That's why I'm just trying to make good use of it.
Saying that, she pushed me aside and rushed into the living room.
Ma'am, starting today, we will be living together with you. Let's all be happy together, okay?
Excuse me? She didn't pay any attention to my mother-in-law's confused look and just sat on the sofa in the living room relaxing. To begin with, while she is my sister by blood, to my mother-in-law, she is her son's wife's sister and is practically a complete stranger. I sighed with all my heart, in awe of the audacity of how she could treat us like this.
Get the frick out of here, you damn nuisance! Get out, get out, get out!
And then she started to get angry and destroy things in the house. My mother-in-law's face turned really pale. I took her hand and we hurried to the car to escape the tantrum. After I was kicked out, I hurriedly contacted Masaki and my father-in-law, who were both working. We talked about a certain plan and hung up the phone. A month later, I woke up from a nap to find a ton of unanswered calls.
Hey, what's going on? I received a ridiculous amount of bills!
Huh? But I was sleeping so soundly. Damn it. And what of all the bills? Doesn't concern me.
No, this is your house, isn't it? These are bills for your house, aren't they?
Well, no. That house is in my father-in-law's name, so it's not my house, you see.
Huh? You inherited it, didn't you? Why do I have to frickin' pay for some stranger's expenses?
Yuki was shocked by the mountain of bills that suddenly arrived and contacted me in a panic. Listen, it's my father-in-law that's paying for the renovations, you see. That's why the owner of the house was changed to his when that was decided. In return, we weren't getting any living expenses or anything like that.
But why are we getting bills?
Hey, Minami, can't you tell the difference between what's right and what's wrong, huh? This is exactly why shut-ins are freaking...
Huh? You call me a recluse or a shut-in so damn easily. But I'll have you know I make 10 million yen a year. That's more than 3 times what you make.
What? But I make that much too.
Oh, we looked into you and your wife, sir, and we found out that while you claim you're an elite in your industry, in reality your annual income is only 3 million yen. We also discovered you make my sister work not for social experience as she thinks, but because you can't live on your salary alone.
Why? That can't be!
Isn't it strange, though? You lived in a very nice apartment, and while it was just renovated, you attempted to take away a small house from us. It's certainly beautiful, but it's not spacious, and I don't think it's the kind of house that elite people such as yourself would want to live in.
So, you know we live in a small apartment and you're making fun of us now?
Even so, you actually looked into us in our life, you damn stalker?
Oh, we hired a detective, so we're not stalkers at all. And you say you don't want to pay someone else's bills, but who, pray tell, was doing whatever they wanted in someone else's house, huh?
Your in-laws didn't say shit about that. They already think of you as adorable for whatever reason, and know you're a shut-in, and so they must have thought I'm even more so.
Hell no. You're just the sister of my son's precious wife, and I only think of a complete stranger with no ties to us. I don't think you're adorable in the slightest.
What? Why? We, as a married couple, don't have any parents, you understand? Don't you think it's a shame?
I don't think so, no. It's because of your toxic attitudes that everyone is abandoning you. Mr. Sho's parents are still alive and well, so perhaps you should rely on them instead.
I didn't meet Sho's parents. They're too strict and they seem to dislike me with a passion, so I don't want to see them.
Well, I suppose so. Even I wouldn't want to get along with a wife like you if my son brought you home.
There you go, covering for Minami all the damn time. It's not fair she gets all the love.
Huh?
Minami has always been loved by everyone. And even if she didn't work, being a full-time housewife, living a carefree life without any problems with her mother-in-law, had always been easy for her. And I'm the complete opposite.
Yuki seems to have had a complex about herself, completely convinced that I was living a leisurely life. But the truth is, I'm trying very hard too. I simply couldn't forgive Yuki for being resentful of the fact that other people treat her without trying to be successful herself.
Stop it now!
You've been doing as you please the whole damn time, and you only thought about yourself. You spent the inheritance our parents left you in an instant, and you deliberately ruined the house that my father-in-law's working so hard to pay off. I cannot forgive you! Those bills are what you must pay to live in that house for 1 month.
What? What we must pay?
We're freaking living together, woman! We shouldn't have to pay you anything!
Living together? What are you talking about? Neither of my in-laws were at home, were they? And you signed the contract above all else.
What? Wasn't it a contract that said you were giving us this house?
Well then, if you want to live in this house, I want you to sign this contract. The contents include...
Yay! Come on, quickly, sign it!
I didn't think it would go so well.
No way! This is what happens when you don't listen carefully, see? The truth is that we tried to explain, but you just frickin' swallowed everything before we had the chance to. That contract specified that we were renting out the house and that you had to pay rent. And heat and electricity and internet. No, please! And additionally, you destroyed a few things in the house. And you drank expensive wine, did you not? You pay for that too. I asked the lawyer to take care of the rest. A lawyer? The diamond ring I got from my husband, it's gone, you see.
Huh?
Yuki was speechless, and there was a lot of bawling oozing from the phone speaker. After that, we demanded a whole lot of payments for Yuki and Sho to pay. The house was in such a mess after the last tantrum, so we decided to add more damages to the bills. They weren't very good at saving money in the first place, so they apparently borrowed money to pay it all off. By the way, the two banshees actually saved my mother-in-law's diamond ring, and we managed to get it back safely. It wasn't enough to borrow from consumer credit companies, and they had borrowed money from some shady organizations as well. So they are now being monitored by those people as they work hard to pay off their debts. Yuki, alongside her entourage of toxicity, used to make fun of us, and now they're probably going through hell. As for us, we went back to my parents' house, and they're living happily as a family. Truly, though, the accessories that you make are stunning, dear. The necklace that you made me to match with your own is a treasure to me. I'm really happy to hear you like it so much, ma'am.
I can't do such skillful things.
Oh, pish-posh. I can't do shit when it comes to stock trading. You excel at that, honey. More to the point, though, when I told she who shall remain unnamed my annual income, why didn't you tell her that you were making a decent living too?
There was never any need to tell them. That kind of people, see? As soon as they realize that someone is making money, all they see in people's faces is a dollar sign, and they believe, without any basis, that the money will eventually come to them. Scary, scary, scary.
I'm sure you're right. We renovated this house and I like it very much, but there's no guarantee they won't attack this house again, so maybe we should consider moving in the near future.
This house is barrier-free, so I think I'll be able to find a buyer pretty quickly. But I think it'll be okay for a while. Apparently, the organization where your sister borrowed money is famous for chasing people to the ends of the earth until the debts are repaid. Definitely much safer than hiring home security to protect the house.
And so, I'm relieved that I don't have to worry about the money-hungry scoundrels as long as my in-laws are happy and healthy. That's good enough for me. Since our days of peace and tranquility have returned, I hope to live a full life with those I love and care about.